Megan here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the long-awaited kitchen renovation video. I'm so excited to share this with you. Today I'm going to take you along with me and show you all the steps we did to repaint our 1970s kitchen and give it a complete facelift. No, we did not paint everything white. There's actually some color in this kitchen and you'll have to wait to the end of the video for a tiny sneak peek of that. But this video is a two-parter, so on Monday, you're gonna see the complete kitchen review. I'm gonna have a little Mondays with Megan chit chat, and we will just discuss everything, and yeah, I will just show you my kitchen. I'm so excited about it. So the purpose of today's video is not only to be entertaining, and I just kind of vlogged our ups and downs and our goof ups and our, successes as well, and just showing you the whole process, but I also wanna give you some numbers, what to expect if you are gonna be painting your kitchen, supplies you need, supplies you don't need, and just all that jazz. So it's gonna be a really exciting video, very informative, and I even jumped on Instagram to see if there was any questions that you guys wanted me to answer. And my husband happens to be a construction worker. He owns his own construction business. He's worked on all kinds of custom kitchens and bathrooms, and so he knows what he's doing. So we did save a lot on labor, but I will wait to tell you what we actually spent on our kitchen in next week's video. I would love to hear your guesses on what you think we spent on our kitchen. As you go through this video, be thinking about that and maybe place your guesses down below. One more thing I did want to say, this video is sponsored by Skillshare, and if you are just finding my channel today, maybe you haven't heard about Skillshare, but I'm sure a lot of you have. So, you know what to do if you've already heard about Skillshare, but the rest of you guys, let me quickly tell you what it's about and why I love it so much. Skillshare is an online learning community. You can kind of think of it like Netflix for learning, and it's like super entertaining but also really helpful, and you can learn all kinds of skills on there. I have really particularly been enjoying the design classes and home interior and things like that, obviously because I'm working on a fixer-upper house and I'm always looking for new ideas and new inspiration, and yeah, I've just been really enjoying Skillshare. And right now you guys can get Skillshare free for 2 months. That's right, 2 months free for the first 1,000 people who click on my link in the description box below. You're gonna love it. I'm a lifelong learner and there's so many things on there that I have yet to learn, and I'm excited to take more classes. It is a monthly subscription after those 2 months are free, but you can cancel at any point if you don't like it, which I'm not worried, you're gonna love it. Let's get into the rest of this video. So while I find Josh, let's jump back to about 8 months ago. In here is my kitchen. Yeah, I'm very grateful for this kitchen. I know it looks super dated, but we'll fix that. I'm not worried about that at all. But I actually have room now to cook. But yes, I want to repeat this winter or as soon as possible. Okay, so what can you expect to pay to put in a brand new kitchen?
That can really vary. I mean, I would guess a good average is 10 to 12 grand on cabinets. Stock cabinets you pick up, you can order stock from Lowe's, and then you might be more like 5-6 grand.
6,000 bucks just for the cabinets. Then you have a countertop, you have a backsplash, you have flooring, you have paint.
But that depends so much on the size.
Hardware.
Of the kitchen.
Yeah, so after we moved in, we realized we were not gonna be able to afford a brand new kitchen, and we didn't really even want to afford a brand new kitchen right away. We didn't want to dump 30,000 into a kitchen right now, especially when it was working fine. Now, granted, the organization of it is very lacking, like it was not built very thoughtfully. It looks a lot bigger than it really is, but we decided we're gonna at least try to make it do for the next 10 years, and that we decided took a coat of paint. Especially, we did not want to paint it though, guys. We tried every method. We first painted the flesh-colored walls white. Nope, still didn't do it. We didn't, like, did you notice the difference when you walked in?
Oh yeah, it brightened it up, but just not.
There's hardly any walls in here to begin with.
Right.
And then we took off the dreaded wallpaper, that project we dreaded so much.
That was easy. There's no problem.
Okay, check this out. This stuff is coming off so easy. Well, according to Josh. Watch, this is so satisfying. Hallelujah.
This is beautiful wallpaper.
Here, you hold, I'm gonna pull some.
I think we should keep it on here.
Josh.
I know, but it's nice stuff.
We thought we were gonna have to soak and chip and scribble and, oh wait, stop funny. That means this must be like good quality stuff. You think did they make peel and stick way back in the day? Oh, this is satisfying. Connie, you wanna come help?
Cool. Yeah.
Back up, keep backing up, back up.
Yep, you're getting it. Keep going. Keep going.
Woo!
Go a little harder. Almost done. A little harder.
Woohoo! Good job. All done. Boy, it has to look worse before it can get better. That looks awful. I would just put another wallpaper on top of that, but like the sun porch is so busy. And then we have our accent wall in here, which is like busy. So I'm thinking we should just do this white.
Take a wet rag, make the glue wet, make it wet, and then scrape it. And then make it wet again and scrape it again. And just keep doing that.
It's not really showing up on camera, but yeah, there's just like a yellow film over it all. Oh, there you can see it a little bit. Ew, yuck. And then it peels off and shards like that. Oh, that's disgusting. Okay, so now everything was white, but it wasn't working. I was filming cooking videos, my skin was looking orange, and we're just like, let's just invest the time into it. We're stuck at home right now anyway, and let's just go for it. So the day everything shut down in Lancaster County, we ran out to Fisher's Paints and got all the supplies we needed, and we just worked on it whenever we had the time. He would get up early and paint, I would paint during nap time, he would paint in the evenings. It was a lot of coats of paint. So I just wanna show you the products that we're using, the exact ones, so that if you wanna get them, you can. This is from Zinsser's, it's the bin primer, it's a shellac-based primer, and it is tintable, but we're just leaving it white. And we are not figuring this into our budget because we already bought this 5-gallon bucket when we were painting our built-ins by our fireplace in the living room. It just acts as a binder so that your paint actually sticks to that slick wood and you don't have to actually like sand off all that stain, which would take forever. And then you do not want to just buy any old paint when you are painting cabinets. You want some really good stuff. And this is actually specifically designed for all those people out there that are painting their wood cabinets, because it's a thing and people do it all the time. So they actually have a really good brand of paint. It's not cheap. I spent $130 on 2-gallon buckets of paint. The one was white, the one was the other color. And it's Cabinet Coat by InsulX, and it's a satin finish. You want a shinier finish so that it's wipeable, but I don't like the look of a shiny cabinet, so I didn't go any shinier than satin. Semi-gloss would be one step shinier, and then you could go down to an eggshell, but then it wouldn't be very wipeable at all. So yeah, that's what we got right there. InsulX Cabinet Coat in a satin finish. And I wanted to show you this here too, if you guys are here for the how-to part and you're thinking about doing it yourself. We originally got these small foam hot dog rulers that to apply the paint, and they seemed like a good choice, but they were not. They actually did not apply the paint well at all. We talked to our paint guys at Fisher's Paints and they're like, no, 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 you want these right here. And these say velour on them. They're much smaller and they don't really have a texture to them. I mean, unless you really want textured cabinets, but in my experience, most people want like nice smooth kitchen cabinets. And we went with this, and if you could see it, it's like almost velvet. It's really different looking than this foam roller right here. So you definitely want to take that into account when you're buying your supplies, and definitely go for the thing that's going to do the best job. And I've been using this velour roller even to get in the cracks. You just tilt it and go in like this, and it drops it right down into the groove there, and you don't even need to get a brush dirty. Yeah, it works really well. So I already wiped down my kitchen cabinets, so they're super clean, and I'm just going to get going here by applying a coat of primer, and then we'll do 2 coats of the cabinet coat, and then I'll show you what they're looking like. Okay, I'm not sure if you can tell how watery this is, but it's literally like the consistency of milk, almost. Anyway, so you gotta be careful when you're applying it. What do you have? Did you pick them? Yeah. Who are they for? For who? You picked it for Mommy. Thank you. Thank you. So you can see here how it looks kind of blotchy, and that's kind of normal because this is an oil-based primer. That's what you need, and it's very watery. I'm gonna go over this all again as well, but then it also gets 2 coats of paint. So you're not actually trying to get it to look like super even or anything like that, because the paint will do the covering. This is just trying to get like the bonding down so that the paint sticks to the slick wood. Anyway, I just wanted to show that to you. Don't let that freak you out if it looks a little bit scary. So yeah, this is coat 1. Coat 2. How many hours of painting do you think we put in?
Oh, I don't know. I probably had
2 coats of primer, 2 coats of paint, uppers, lowers, pantry.
I mean, I probably had, I bet you I had 30 hours in it.
And I probably had another 10 or 12.
At least 30. It took us 3 weeks worth of
because of all the drying time
right,
and children running around.
Well, no, it dries pretty quick. You know, you can do a coat in another 2 hours. But so, I mean, another option, if you were to get someone in here, I'm pretty sure it would have cost us at least $3 grand to get this painted by a painter. Mm-hmm. I would think. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just off the top of my head. If you were going to reface doors and stuff, you'd be looking at another $3 grand on top of it.
Just in case you think the remodeling process is glamorous, yeah, this is how I have to live my life today. Because we're in the middle of painting drawers and they need 4 coats total, so yeah, just real life there, guys. After we finally got everything painted, we finally thought we were done, and then we realized we had to paint all the doors. The doors were all like a skin color, so out to the garage they went with them, and we had a whole debacle about that. I thought we should spray them. Okay, I'm out here painting doors. I have like 5 doors to paint, both sides, and I think I have some advice. If you're gonna paint doors, I highly recommend you just get them sprayed. This is crazy. My hand is like cramping up, and these doors are already painted. So I don't have to do primer, but I still have to do 2 coats, maybe even 3, the way this is looking, of white paint till this is completely covered. I'm kind of doubting it's gonna have a perfectly even finish. Sorry, excuse the hood. It's so cold out. Yeah, I just don't know if it's gonna be worth the time, because it's gonna end up taking 2 hours in total, probably per door. Maybe that's a little much, an hour and a half. Anyway, yeah, wall painting is so much easier than doors with all these grooves, but I started now, so back at it. So the smoker is rolling. We have brisket on the grill. Oh, it looks so good. And Josh is painting doors. I was telling them earlier, I think if it's not worth it, just get a sprayer for doors.
I disagree.
You do?
Sprayers are too much cleanup work. Every single time you're done doing coat, you have to clean up your sprayer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't just leave a sprayer sit with paint in it.
Oh, but you could spray both sides? Not really.
No, no, I mean, unless someone has a better setup than just a garage, but...
Okay, so us common folk can't use sprayers, is what I'm hearing.
Right. I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm not saying that I'm the gospel truth.
Then we were finally getting to the fun part, which was hardware. Hardware is like the jewelry in a kitchen. It's so pretty, it can like dress things up. Somebody asked on here, how did you decide on hardware? Well, it's a process, because we knew we wanted brass, and brass is like 15 different shades of brass, obviously. So the first stuff that came through was yellowy. The next stuff that came through was perfect. So we got lucky. The second try, we liked it, and it was sleek and it was easy. Somebody said, why don't you put bigger pulls on these cabinet drawers behind us here? Like, why are they so small? They look like they should be bigger, but I had to compromise a little bit. He said he's not gonna re-putty all the holes and drill new holes and just to have big drawer pulls when the smaller ones would do the job. So I was like, whatever. We've been putting a lot of labor into this, and I just wanted to...
And to find something that's exactly the same, that's larger dimensions.
That's true. We probably could have. But yeah, like I will link everything down below that we used, but you might wanna wait till Monday's video to make sure you like it first when it's all pulled together. You'll like them, I'm pretty convinced. Anyway, but we had such a debacle with the hinges. Let's see what this looks like. We still haven't switched out the hinges yet. We're gonna do like white hinges. I actually don't mind these hinges, but they look more like country, or like farm, I don't know, I kind of like them, but just not, they're not gonna go with that.
I'm not gonna go with it beside the hinges, like I don't...
Yeah, it doesn't look good together.
Yeah, we'll have to replace that.
Hey Fletcher! Oh, he loves the drill.
So, but the thing was, is we were like, we have brass hardware, handles, so it'd be sweet if the hinges were brass. And so we were talking about it, and her dad came up with the idea that if I took a piece of steel wool and just tried to shine up our hinges that we had, because they were...
Basically take off the aged part.
Right.
I think they were purposely aged.
They looked kind of aged, and yeah, we couldn't really tell what was underneath, so we started scrubbing them, and this brass kind of came through.
It was like perfect.
And so what I ended up doing is going out to the hardware store and getting a steel, like a wire brush wheel to put on a drill. But anyway, yeah, so I went and polished up every single hinge, and you'll see.
This is the before. And then these are the afters. So the whole thing cost $5 because all we had to pay for was this wheel. And yeah, this was existing hardware, so it was free.
It was kind of sweet how it turned out, but
so we have something old mixed. Well,
right.
Our cabinets are old too, but I like it. It's like charming.
And we didn't have to spend money on
hinges. Yeah, so that was free.
That was cool.
They're supposed to be guessing how much we spent on our kitchen.
Oh, I see.
It looks like we spent a lot more than we actually did. Okay, all these doors got to get on today.
All right. Well, I guess we gotta go get paint.
We're trying to figure out the breaker situation for these light switches. The countertops had to stay. Josh said he's not compromising on that. What is this stuff, granite?
Yeah, it's granite.
It's fine, it'll do. I just didn't, I mean, it's not what I would pick, obviously, but it's actually really, really durable. I don't have to baby it at all. The backsplash, I thought about this one for a while. I was campaigning for a new backsplash. And I actually don't mind it now. It's still more brown and tan together, and I really do like the speckles kind of, but yeah, you could obviously redo your backsplash. I know, yeah, whatever. I feel like it looks like we made the best of what we had kind of thing. But yeah, that would definitely be a pretty quick fix. Not too much money.
It's not worth tearing out, and I mean, we're talking way too much
tile work,
money.
the labor is expensive, and the tile's not cheap either. So we didn't spend any money on the backsplash or the countertops, which saved us a lot of money, and we kept the existing flooring, which, do you know what this material is?
It's a vinyl tile.
It cleans horrible. Like the dirt adheres to it.
The grout lines are too big. That's kind of.
Oh, I'm talking
problem.
even just on the flat parts. I don't understand.
Yeah, it wouldn't be my floor of choice either. I'm not a big vinyl tile guy by any stretch. If you're gonna do vinyl tile, you might as well put linoleum in my opinion, because then you don't have grout lines. But again, each to his own. But
and then for the sink, we love our big sink with the 3 bowls. The middle one has a garbage disposal in it. It works so handy. We never would have designed it that way, but we do like it. It's under mount, so it's easy to clean. But everything was silver, and I didn't like that. But at the end of the day, we decided just to keep it. And you'll see there's also silver in our backsplash. So it's mixed metals, it's tying together, whatever. Sorry I'm being so descriptive with my overlay shots here. I'm trying to keep it a secret what color we painted the bottom cabinets. So that's why this is like so cropped in. Okay, last of all was the lighting, which the lighting is, if the hardware is the jewelry, the lighting is the what? The crown on top, I would say. It's beautiful. Anyway, yep, I need a light fixture up here. So I'm thinking not a chandelier, but I'm not sure what. And yeah, then some kind of cool pendant lighting. Is that a fly? Fletcher. Okay. So we did not want to spend a lot of money on lighting, and lighting is so expensive. So we had a ceiling fan above our kitchen table, which we've never turned on once in the 8 months we've been here. And I just don't love ceiling fans. I mean, I like them for function, but not for pretty. So I went on Amazon, I looked everywhere. I did research like crazy, and I definitely think you're gonna have to put the research into it to find good prices. And at the end of the day, I found cheaper stuff on Amazon than I did on Wayfair or Overstock, and a couple of other light places too. So we wanted pendant lighting above our island, and that was a whole saga in itself to try to get the right height. And for filming too, I have to kind of take that into consideration. Tell them about the light above the kitchen table.
I mean, it just, they send along rods to hang it from the ceiling, and they only have one length of rod along. So you were either, the rods are 12 inches long, so either you're hanging a foot from the ceiling or 2 foot. So
it was either like in your face or like way up, hovering at the ceiling.
Yeah.
Like,
so anyway, I kind of had to rig it up and cut a rod in half, and anyway, it was a whole kind of, but I figured it out, and the light's hanging there, and nobody knows that I
it looks
had to cut
great.
things down to
never
do it.
know. So if you're local and you need a light rigged up.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, sure.
Boy, what a laugh. I just want to show you this clip here, how light bulbs really make a difference. This is like an old-fashioned round Edison bulb, and then this one is just a regular bulb. And same thing over here. Josh just picked these up at Lowe's. This is the old school one. I wanted like the long skinny ones, but they were like $2 more a pop. So Those look cute too. And then these were what we originally had. They're LED, they're nice, but they're made for more like a shade over them. So I think we explained all the processes and the how-to parts of it. There's a lot of things we did discuss, like appliances and things like that, but we'll discuss that all in our Monday video. So make sure you're subscribed, you don't wanna miss that video, and also check out Skillshare if you have not yet and get your 2 months free. Can't wait to see you on Monday, and also leave me a comment down below, something that you learned or how much you think we spent on our kitchen grand total, and I'll see you on Monday with the final review. Bye guys.